Hey guys, I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live, and today is Tuesday, February 11th, 2020, and we are excited that you guys chose to hang out here with us for this cool Tuesday night show at the awesome Vocal Media Studios in Dallas, Texas. You know, this show happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every freaking Tuesday and features some of the very best tribute and cover bands in America. No, I'm not kidding either. By the way, you can now download my shows on Apple, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Twitch, Spreaker, Google Play, TuneIn, Deezer, anywhere you can find cool content. That's right. In fact, if you can hear me now just as a podcast, like just audio only, you can actually see us by going to vocalnow.com, and vocal is intentionally misspelled with a
K.
Absolutely, Brad. Vocalnow.com with the K, and then click on the Barside Jive image at the top of the app or the top of your browser, and you can just see the show live. And you can always watch this show on Facebook or YouTube after the fact. Also, all of my content is on demand on YouTube, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live. Barside Jive is sponsored by the legendary
The Zoo
on Vocal.
World's Best Rock, and can be streamed 24/7, 365 at vocalnow.com. Zoo Freaks get classic rock, deep cuts, B-sides, and last tracks. Stuff you're never going to hear on an FM station. Plus, the cool thing here is you can avoid all those 7 to 8 minutes of back-to-back commercials. Tonight I have Hard Night's Day in the studio, but first... My rock music news segment is brought to you by Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop, located in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. My featured cigar tonight is the La Instructora Delicado Robusto cigar. This cigar has a USA Connecticut wrapper, a Dominican binder, and a Dominican filler. The La Instructora Delicado Robusto has a lot going for it. First, an excellent start with a great flavor profile, and it has excellent construction and smoke production as well. So if that sounds good, go see Kenny, Tom, or Denna at Old Grapevine Cigar and Tobacco Shop for a La Instructora Delicado Robusto and all of your smoking needs. Now, let's talk some rock and roll news. Elton John, Bernie Taupin win an Academy Award for Rocket Man song. Elton John has struck Oscar Gold for the second time in his career, winning Best Original Song alongside Bernie Taupin for I'm Gonna Love Me Again from the biopic Rocket Man. That's right, guys. During his acceptance speech, the iconic rocker first thanked his longtime collaborator. Thank you to Bernie, who has been the constant thing in my life. When I was screwed up, when I was normal, he was there for me. From there, John went on to thank the cast and crew of Rocket Man, along with its distributor, Paramount Pictures. This is a dream for us. Elton previously won an Academy Award in '95, taking home Best Original Song for Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King. That tune was penned alongside Tim Rice and not Taupin, believe it or not, John's collaborator for the majority of his recording career. As such, this marked the first Oscar win for Taupin. This doesn't suck, the lyricist joked before proceeding with his acceptance speech. This is just justification for 53 years of just hammering it out and doing what we do. Prior to the win, John had taken the stage to perform his nominated work, tearing through a rendition of I'm Gonna Love Me Again. The duo's Oscar triumph comes on the heels of their victory at the Golden Globes earlier this year. Amazingly, that marked the first award the two had ever received together. It's the first time I won an award with him ever, John noted during his Golden Globes acceptance speech. We never won a Grammy. We never did anything together except for this, and I'm so happy. Thank you very much. John has 5 Grammys, but did not win any of them with Taupin, who has been nominated twice but never won. The Academy Awards victory is just the latest benchmark in a busy time for John. The legendary rocker is in the midst of his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, the final trek of his illustrious career. The tour, which began in 2018, is currently slated to run through the end of 2020. Well, guys, that wraps my rock news for you this Tuesday evening. If you like rock music news, then Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30 p.m. shows are the place to be. I'm telling you, my news is short, to the point, and it's all about rock and roll. Plus, you know, for you dudes, I do include some pictures like of Elton there a moment ago. If you like rock and roll history, then turn on and tune in my daily dose of rock music history, because it's back. You can check it out on my Facebook page, Barside Jive Live, or follow me on Twitter at Barside Jive. Now it's time for one of our favorite segments in the whole show, right, Brad?
That's right.
Marquee whiskey, dust off the bottle, 'cause it's time to break out the good stuff. It's worth the price you pay. Line 'em up and let's take a shot. We got some drinking to do. Yeah, you know what'll hit the spot. Boy, you're my kind of fool.
Okay, thanks, Bre.
Everybody runs for
That was awesome. One of her best.
It was.
That was one of the best segments I've ever seen her do. And it's amazing because she's all the way in East Texas somewhere. Some halfway house. Damn, I miss Bre. But with content like this, when she's gone, I mean, how can you miss? Like, I thought it was totally on point.
It was.
Yeah. Well, you know what we do when Bre gets cut short? We just
Which
extend.
is all the time.
Yeah, we just extend your segment, Brad.
That's it.
Sorry, Bre. We do love you wherever you are.
Give us a call.
Yeah, give us a call. Send us an email. bc@barsidejive.com. Yeah. Yeah. They may have one out there where she's at. She's missing out too because we got cold pizza in the fridge. It's cold, brother. It's like probably a week cold.
Oh,
I think it's right now it's a science experiment.
oh no.
It's that mold.
You had me excited there for a minute.
I know. Hey, Brad, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much, buddy.
Buddy.
Trying to stay warm.
Are you mimicking me?
No, I'm not mimicking you. I just thought that was like the way you said buddy.
Buddy? Hey, buddy. So, what's going on in the world of art?
Art, it's huge.
Anything new?
Well, you and I are doing some new stuff, but
Yeah.
no, same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
We're covering. If you're talking about this week's segment, we're covering the Stones. But
Oh, well,
besides that,
making hats.
making hats, doing. I'm actually going to do a painting. Probably do two paintings. I haven't done a painting, actual art painting, in about 2 years probably. So,
Wow. Who's it of?
I'm going to mess up his name. I'm doing one of Keith Richards,
Mhm.
and the other one is the bassist singer for Thin Lizzy, Phil Lynott, or however you say his last name.
Yeah. Phil Lana? Yeah.
Is it Lynott? I didn't know it was Lynott or Lynott.
No. Yeah.
And I'm doing
You did good, man. You did good. I'm proud.
I appreciate
Paul,
it.
we're getting the seal of approval from Paul over here, too.
Just give me a good thumbs up
Hey,
there.
yeah, that's
Not a
right.
bad there.
Not bad.
So, yeah, I'm doing that.
Because I can butcher the hell out of those names.
Man, so can I.
Yeah.
Trying to take after you. That.
Don't do that.
But yeah, doing that. And what else we got going on artistically wise? We're doing hats.
Jack, hey, you got my jacket done?
No.
You know, I told you to take your time. Don't worry about it, no pressure. But, I got to think of the day it's going to be like summer here in a month or so.
I know, and you want your jacket.
I won't be able to wear it.
I know. See,
So if you want me to advertise for you, you better hurry up.
So it's a small window for leather jackets.
It is very small.
It's like a few days in November, a few days in December.
Right. Because you remember how hot-natured I am.
Oh yeah, I mean you're out there.
Yeah, if it's
I'm
not
bundled up and you're
if
outside.
it's not in the 30s, I won't be able to wear it.
Yeah, no, it's. But yeah, you got to give me the. You got another one for me too.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but I'm not going to give you too much at one time. I don't want to overwhelm you.
Please come on, overwhelm me.
Okay.
But no, tonight we're covering the Stones.
All right. Love the Stones.
Love the Stones is a great album.
All right.
What I really enjoy is about digging and deep about the stories behind how the album was made, and not only the album, but what was happening in the news at the time.
Right.
And just the whole mix of it. And that's something that I think that we really miss on today's albums. But vinyl's coming back. It's making a comeback. And it was just fun to get the album. And you've even shared with us that, you go to the record store, you get it, you unpackage it, and you go.
I spend all weekend.
Yeah, you smell the vinyl, and then you drop the needle, and you hear that. And you also anticipate when it's going to skip. If you do have an older album, you know where that skip's at, and you know where you can bump the turntable there to get over the skip.
Yeah.
But that was always the fun stuff. But no, tonight's we're covering Some Girls. It's the Rolling Stones.
Oh,
and it was the brainchild of Peter Corriston, and it was released on June 9th, 1978. Do we have it? Wow, it's a postage stamp.
There it is.
Well, maybe the viewers
It's a great photo. If
Maybe
you've got
the
a microscope.
can see that.
And I'm glad I didn't take that picture.
Yeah, well, clearly someone's got to blow those up.
Clearly.
But it looks like you are on there.
I am?
Yeah, you're on the second row.
Dude, I can't see that.
The pink row. You got the
Dude.
blue, then the pink, and
Dude,
then
I see my shades. Okay,
the fourth one over. is
dude.
You.
Yeah, that's really cute.
I thought you'd
That's really
appreciate
cute. That is. I love the hairstyle. It looks very similar to mine.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, thanks.
I was kind of playing around with it.
I've got that bell look going on. Oh, I hate
And,
that, man. How can you have long hair and then have that bell look?
I know. It's like, man, you got to let that hair go.
Oh.
But Peter, like I said, he was the brainchild behind this. And he would also design the next 3 album covers for the Stones.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the style of this was they call it die-cast design. Kind of like the way stickers are made now. They have it's a die that's been made out of metal or whatever, and then they punch out the colors,
Right.
or the stickers.
Right.
And, but this was that's what that design was, and they threw in some watercolors and some other pop colors of the time. And it featured the Rolling Stones faces alongside some of the select females were celebrities
Like
Farrah Fawcett, Lucille Ball, and Judy Garland, Raquel Welch, and Marilyn Monroe. But they didn't get anybody's permission to do this.
Dude, if you didn't have that poster in your room, something wrong with you, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude, we
yeah.
all had that freaking poster.
Yeah, or the
Right.
or the Farrah Fawcett one, with the orange, kind of the burnt orange bikini with the blanket in the back, and yeah, that was a nice one. And
Yeah, I had that.
but you could just leave it right there and just talk about what movie was that from? Was it Planet? No, it was.
No, it was. Oh shit! It was 1 million years BC or something like that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I better get it off there. I
Yeah.
don't want you.
I know. It's
Everybody run around the hall.
Gypsy. Hey, Bre. She's still in our
back.
segment.
she's haunting us.
But the producers or the Peter didn't get permission. The Stones Atlanta record or whatever didn't get permission to use their likenesses.
Yeah.
In this album cover, along with the ad that looked like, because there used to be a company called Valmore, did all these ads,
Right.
And that was their style, and so they copied that as well, and they didn't get permission to do that. So, anyways, they were all taken to court. They got
Got in trouble.
and so they removed all the faces, and that's the album you see today that's up there now, is just where the blank spots were
Yeah.
or are. That's where Farrah Fawcett, Marilyn Monroe, Lucille Ball,
Right.
those spots. So they just removed them.
Yeah.
But they kept the Valmore packaging look,
Right.
and they did get sued for that and got a monetary settlement.
Yeah. Undisclosed amount.
Yeah, undisclosed amount.
Yeah.
And
Shoot, if they'd picked my face to put on there, I'd been proud.
I would have been.
It wouldn't have
That'd been
cost
cool.
them a dime.
No, to be on a Stones album.
Hell, I wouldn't have charged them a dime.
No.
I said, you're free. I'll sign that. I'll sign it. Give me that paper.
Sign me an album, And but
Shoot.
the album was reissued, and they inserted, and the insert said, "Pardon our appearance, cover under construction."
Yeah.
So it was released over in Europe, and then in the States they came out with. Well, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
They came out with the album, the cover that we see today,
Right.
and that was it. But it's
Wow.
a great album, great songs.
Yeah.
Beast of Burden.
Yeah.
Shattered. Song,
Shattered. Yeah.
and,
Some girls.
of course, some girls.
Right.
But great album, and yeah, great.
Yeah. Trey, you know all those songs, don't you?
Listen to it.
You
Trey
played.
probably knows all of them
You
by
played.
heart.
You've played a couple of them before.
Yeah, Imagination, Beast of Burden. We said that. Shattered, Some Girls, Lies.
Faraway Eyes is on there.
Oh
Faraway
yeah.
Before They
Yeah.
Make Me Run is on
Yeah.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah. I loved that
great
song because it was country. You know,
Yeah.
it had a little bit of a country flair to
Did.
it. Yeah.
I had to. I got to be honest. I had to fast forward that one.
Really?
Yeah, I just
Oh, it's a good dancing song.
couldn't do it dancing. I don't dance.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but that's it. It's a great album. If you can go to the record store, or probably you can get this album reissued on Amazon or someplace and get it. It'd be fun. It's a cool piece of art. I'd encourage everybody to get it. It's cool.
Thanks,
And
Brad.
then put your own images in there. Like
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah. Just Photoshop yourself in there.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
Thanks again, Brad. Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
Okay.
Welcome, DC.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
We ready to go?
We are ready.
We're pushing right on.
Yeah, I know. I know. You want to hear some
Let's
Beatles?
get. I do. Let's get to this.
Here we go.
Yeah, you're my only key.
Okay, my live music showcase is sponsored by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable candle line and body care products. It's no wonder eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie. hipandhippie.com. My guest today is Hard Nights Day. That would be Trey, Garrity, and Paul Averitt. Welcome, guys.
What's up, DC?
What's
doing, DC?
What's going on,
See,
Paul?
man.
Trey?
Much, man.
I've seen Paul. I mean,
Yeah,
a couple
I
of
did.
times.
A couple times now.
recently. And Who's Best?
Who's Best?
That is that video that we did. That show
Mm-hmm.
is like one of my most popular ever.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I got a lot of numbers on that.
Well,
by
thank
the
you
way.
very much. We're going to
Numbers.
be doing a show, since you mentioned it.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a show Saturday night at the Barley House.
Oh, you're kidding! This coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday, it's going to
Oh,
be
man. I might have to make
a
that.
5-piece version of the band instead of the large
Right.
8-piece version.
Right.
It's a condensed version
Okay.
where we can do more of the early Who stuff,
Okay.
the real early songs.
Okay. Very
lot of fun.
cool. I think I'll probably see you there.
Yeah, man.
Is Trey going to be there?
I might be there.
You
I might be
You
there.
might be there.
I got to tell you, man, those are some badass shades.
Oh yeah, thanks. Hey, you have a pair
I
somewhere.
have a pair somewhere.
You probably broke them a long time ago.
No, I got them framed.
Well, guys, A Hard Night's Day has been a Beatle tribute band in the Dallas area for more than, believe this, 2 decades. Over this time, they have had several band members, but now the rotating band members consist of Bob Cummins, Doug Cox, Trey Garrity, Paul Averitt, Chad Stockslager, and Christian Rios. While the original Beatles band only consisted of 4 band members, A Hard Night's Day includes 5 members at any given performance. And there's a reason for this. The extra musician plays the keyboards, which is particularly useful for the Beatles' later songs when they used orchestration in their songs. Unlike some other tribute bands that only cover a certain time frame of the Beatles' career, A Hard Night's Day plays music from when the Beatles started out until the very end. A Hard Night's Day is one of the most popular cover bands in the Dallas area. In fact, the tribute band has won a total of eight Awards for the Best Tribute or Cover Band at the Dallas Observer Music Awards. In addition, the band has been on ABC's Good Morning Texas and plays at many local charity events. A Hard Night's Day also had the privilege to record in Studio 2 of Abbey Road Studios in London, where the original Beatles recorded often, as well as musical talents like the Hollies and Pink Floyd. They have also played at the Elite Cavern Club in Liverpool. So let's welcome Paul and Trey to Barside Jive Live. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, DC.
Happy to be here.
So I had no idea that you guys played the Cavern Club.
Well, yeah. So just to be clear, I've been in the Cavern Club.
Yeah?
Trey and I didn't get a chance to play because we weren't in the band at that time.
Right.
I've heard of the Cavern. I know what it is.
You've heard of it.
But yeah,
It's
like
it's a cool place.
the year that I went to Liverpool and hung out at the Cavern Club and everything, it was a little later that year that that Hard Night's Day, the band, went and played at Beatle Fest in Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And they got to play at the Cavern Club.
Yeah.
I think it was 97.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like you're there now.
A little bit.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Trey knows enough about it to know that. Well, you know, I was over there and spent a week there in Liverpool in 2007, 8, somewhere in there, and went to the Cavern Club. And so this guy, this local, was telling me, oh, it's totally different. I mean, it's the same, but they, it got taken down and they
Yeah.
put it back brick by. I said, listen, is this the spot where the fucker was? Because if this is the spot where the fucking Cavern Club was, then I'm good with that. Take my picture here, and gave you my phone. So, I was tickled to death to be there. I didn't care.
Right on.
Yeah,
it's true that the original Cavern Club was dismantled because they thought they were going to have to put a tube stop there, and then the city council wound up deciding not to do that. And so so they went ahead and rebuilt the cavern like literally right next to where it was.
Yeah.
So what's next to it now is a car park.
Yeah.
And back in 97, 98, whenever it was that we were there, I walked around that parking lot singing Some Other Guy at the top of my lungs.
Did you?
So I was like, this is the actual spot.
Yeah. Right. That's really cool, though.
Can't believe they did that to the the Cavern Club.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the same damn thing they did the Hard Rock Dallas.
Right.
What a freaking awesome place that was.
Yep.
And they tear it down.
It was ridiculous.
For what? For another freaking building that means nothing?
It means nothing. Yeah.
Oh, that was an old church, right?
Yep.
And I loved
And
that Hard
Townsend had donated a room of his mansion to the Dallas Hard Rock.
Gosh, I don't remember
Remember,
that.
there was so that you had the upstairs area,
Right.
And if you go through this one door, there was this very nice room that had all this dark wood.
Right.
It's called the Cheese Room.
Right.
That was a room that was literally dismantled from Pete Townsend's house, transported over here, and rebuilt upstairs in the old church.
I tell you that somebody should have
And it's
said
gone.
no.
Yeah,
Somebody said no. That
I
was
know.
stupid.
tell me about it.
What an icon for Dallas, and to let it go like that, I don't know.
It's Dallas for you.
Yeah, must have been politics involved in it
Yep,
somehow. Well, anyway, Cavern Club was cool. Liverpool's cool, doing the whole Beatles thing, Strawberry Field, all that it was awesome. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this band has been around for a long time. I mean, 2 decades. Who were the original 4?
Oh well.
Do you remember?
Debatable, isn't it? We know Bob Cummins has been there since the dawn of time.
Okay.
Yeah. Bob is the only constant member.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And let's see. Pete
Doug
Coatney.
was there for the first week. Pete was there
Pete
first.
Coatney was the first drummer in Hard Night's Day. Yeah, for like the first 2 shows, and then after that, I think Doug came in.
Yeah. You shouldn't ask me. I've been like the new guy for 12 years.
Yeah.
Tom Prejean was in the band.
right.
There were quite a few.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have moved in and out of that band. Mark Eamon was in the band. Danny Delmatier was in the band. Chris Holt was in the band for a while.
Right.
There have been a lot of people. Carl
Yeah.
Livingston. There have been a lot of guys.
But it's still kicking, man. Still cranking them out.
Yeah, it's trying to.
And you guys sound amazing. I've seen so many shows before I knew you guys.
Right.
And You know, I've heard so much Beatles in my life that it's not really one of my go-tos now. But, you know, every once in a while I want to go get my fix, and you guys are where I go. And good show.
Thank you. That's understandable, because a lot of times when you grow up listening to something, it's like you've heard it so many times that it's like ingrained in your DNA. And so you don't really need to sit and listen to it all the time the way you used to.
Right.
And so you move on to other things.
Right.
It's just natural.
But I will say this, that when I hear certain songs, that it takes me right back to a point in my life that something happened, and that song brought that back to me. So, and there's lots of music that does that, but the Beatles, nothing like the Beatles, you know. You guys, I mean, I'm just, you know, itching to hear you play a little bit. You guys want to do one?
Oh.
Trey.
Nobody.
No one told you you're going to play?
Yeah, we could do that.
God, Trey, I'm sorry to hate springing this stuff on you publicly.
It's all right.
Putting you on the spot.
Okay.
Now remember, this is Beatles, not Stones.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Push it the other way around.
I got it. I think I got it.
What are you going to play?
Let's do some Norwegian wood.
Wood.
Oh, that's a good one.
Little wood.
All right, guys.
I got wood.
Got some wood. Yeah. Okay.
Should I say she once had me? She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. Told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone, whispered and flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood.
Wow. Hard Night's Day right here on Barside Jive Live, guys. That's awesome. Great job. Thank you. So how did this project, you know, was it Bob's idea? Who came up with the idea to do this? You know?
Really all you. I mean, because you know more about this than I do.
Well,
I can tell you kind of what I know is that wasn't it originally a bunch of people that used to come down for an open mic night on Sunday nights?
Yeah,
down
Tom
at
Prejean used to run an
Dada.
open mic night at Club Dada on Sunday night.
My
okay.
understanding is that Tom Prejean kind of put the whole thing together. It was a bunch of local musicians that said, hey, why don't we have like a Beatles night? And so that's how it started, and then it evolved into more of a Beatles tribute and all that kind of stuff.
Wow. So it all started at Club Dada.
All
Yeah.
started at Dada, and
Wow.
it got so popular so fast that they decided to move it to
Doug's mom's garage.
to Friday nights as sort of an after hour, not after hours, but a happy hour type thing.
Yeah.
And it just took off and became very, very popular to the point where it was basically keeping Club Dada open for a
Wow.
long time. according to the owners.
Wow.
Yeah, it was immensely popular for a long time.
Yeah.
And my buddy Danny, that I played in a band with before, Danny was in the band for about a decade, and then he needed to move out to L.A., which he lives at currently. And so they came to me and said, hey, can you fill in for Danny? And I said, sure, yeah, no problem. So when he made the move out there permanently, that's how I wound up with the gig. And
Wow.
for the most part, been here ever since. And
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a good gig.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. People love it.
Mm.
You know, I guess the first time I heard you guys, I don't know, I'm just guessing. And it seems like Chris was in the band then, Holt, but
Yeah.
it's been like 8, 9, 10 years ago, I guess. And it seems like back then there were a number, like I'm thinking like 4, maybe 5 Beatle tributes running around.
There were quite a few for some time.
Yeah, and but you guys have kind of outlasted them all.
Kind of. There's some friends of ours in Fort Worth that have a band called Me and My Monkey,
Right.
who are really great.
Are they
And-
still okay? They're still
Oh yeah, they're still around.
okay because I rarely hear.
And they're great guys. Well, they tend to stay more towards Fort Worth, and we tend to stay towards.
Oh,
south.
okay.
But you know, every once in a while, one of our guys will need a night off, and so we'll have one of their guys come and play with us, or we'll
that's
go play
cool.
with them. Or yeah, they're great guys, and they do a great job, and
Yeah,
we love them.
yeah.
Me and My Monkey. Yeah.
Yeah. You share DFW. What's the furthest place you guys have played away from Dallas Fort Worth? Have you?
Probably at the Star Club in Hamburg.
Wow.
Not me.
Yeah. Once again, that's
Trey.
back
Poor
before we were in
Trey.
the band.
Poor Trey gets left out of everything.
Best story.
They don't do that cool shit when you're in the band, do they?
I can leave for this part.
Does anybody ever call you, Trey, and go, "Oh, damn, Trey, we should have told you, but we were
Yeah.
going to."
He's not getting to answer. very well.
They
So
actually
Trey,
went
how did
without
you
me.
get into A Hard Night's Day?
Yeah.
You know, I just walked on one time. Said, I'm doing this. That's what happened.
He was sitting in the crowd having a drink.
Doug had called me, and Mark Eamon, who was in the band, was going to be not available, and so Doug had called me and said, "Hey, we might need somebody to fill in and do all this stuff." And I being who I am, a year later, I called him back and said, "Hey, man, you still interested in?" And he's like, "Yeah." In fact, I was about to call you again. So I believe it was December the 7th, day of infamy. 07, and I filled in with you guys
Wow.
and did some kind of Christmas deal where everybody came and went, so it was real easy. You know, it wasn't a set show.
Right.
That happened, and then it was actually February the 9th, which is the anniversary of the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yeah.
Was when I played my first official gig. It was somebody's wedding,
Huh.
somebody's
Yeah.
wedding ceremony,
Yeah.
and
Yes, I remember.
no Gary Feisel was there.
And I remember there was a big glass and wooden case that had a bunch of trinkets in it, and you're standing in front of that, and I'm thinking,
Terrified.
yeah, I'm
Hope he doesn't
watch,
fall.
Watch that headstock. Yeah.
Oh,
about
yeah.
to smack it?
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But the reason I remember that so vividly is because at that show, it's a private gig, and at that show we did Hey Jude. And the reason it sticks in my mind is because he sang it so well, I swear to God, I started crying during the show
Really.
while he was singing it.
Did you
I
really?
just- yeah. I just went, that's really well done.
Yeah.
I've been singing that song since I was like 4. I had the 45, so that was like, this is
Wow.
wow, I get to do this and be paid.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I got paid half as much as everybody else. But at least I got
Well,
paid. So yeah, that's why I was so into that song. You never told me that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
true.
Well, that is. Oh, yeah. If you can bring a tear to someone's eye, you've accomplished your job.
Especially to someone who's had to play that song 1,000 times.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
I guess so. Do you guys? I mean, I wonder if. I mean, this isn't a stretch. I wonder if Paul or Ringo know that you guys even exist. I mean, do you,
Paul knows that there's 1,000 Beatle tribute bands in the world,
Right.
And he's actually not a big fan of that at all.
okay.
He doesn't care for.
I
that.
have to say though, one time when Doug and I were we played at
Oh yeah.
the Wildflower Festival. And,
Oh, yeah.
we were talking to Joe Walsh.
Yeah.
He was standing there and he says, I said, "Hey, I'm Trey. Did the Paul part in the Hard Night's Day. We just opened up for you earlier." And he says, oh, well, I'll have to tell Paul I saw you guys. And so I said, why don't you? I said, could you speed dial in right now?
Yeah.
Let's all get on
Here,
this
here,
together.
use my phone.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
No. That is cool, though.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got a picture.
I mean, you didn't get to talk to Paul, but you did get to talk to Joe Walsh in person.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
pretty
Chris
cool.
hangs out with him all the time. But,
Does he?
Yeah.
That was
whole-
big
Oh, that's
deal.
right.
plays
That's
with
right.
him.
I forgot. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he
Hi,
hangs.
Joe.
He hangs out with a lot of cool people nowadays,
Yeah, he
doesn't
does.
he? Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Wow. Yeah. Hey, Chris. Boy, I tell you, you
Chris.
never know what life has
never
in
know.
store.
That's right.
Yeah, Trey, you still got your shot, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Not too late.
Hey, Mick Jagger's still out there
I'm still waiting for these guys to say yes.
Yeah.
You're in.
for good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're real
Well,
now.
I'm like still the Ron Wood band. You know, it's like 20 years go by. All right, we're giving you a raise to half.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, I was just curious because I know a lot of the tributes now have relationships with the original singer-songwriters. Well, like you do with Pete.
With
And-
Pete Townsend with the Who's Best thing. Yeah.
And I think Even It Up, I think Christy and Glenn have a relationship with the Hart Sisters.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And I guess guitar player for Hart,
Oh,
Roger
Yeah.
Roger Fisher.
I like the Hart sisters. Is that Ann and Nancy Hart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that.
And Nancy
yeah.
Wilson, but the Hart.
Right.
Are you jacking with me?
A little bit.
All right, Trey. Trey screwing with me.
So glad you did that.
Godly, that hurt. Trey screwing with me. I'm gonna screw with you. Play something.
No,
Yeah.
Play,
trouble.
play something, damn
Yeah,
it.
Play
make
a
me play
song.
something I can't play.
Smart Alec.
Yeah.
What do you want to play?
Yep.
Let's do If I Fell.
All right. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true and help me understand? 'Cause I've been in love before, and I found that love was more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you would love me more than her. If I trust in you, oh please don't run and hide. If I love you too, oh please don't hurt my pride like her. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love was in vain. So I hope you'll see that I would love to love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. 'Cause I couldn't stand the pain, and I would be sad if I knew love was in vain. So I hope you'll see that I would love to love you, and that she will cry when she learns we are two. If I fell in love with you.
Ooh.
See, I cracked it just like he did. I
Yeah.
was trying to be authentic.
Yeah, you were.
Exactly how he messed it.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's a good job too.
I practiced it.
I know I could tell. I saw you practicing on the way in. In fact, the only thing that you're not really authentic is because you don't have your suits on.
That's true.
But you you totally wear the suits. You totally do the.
Sometimes we haven't
certain
worn them in a
shows.
while.
Yeah.
Usually if it's a private event or something like that, or if it's just me private around my house.
Oh, you don't wear the suit at home?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got the suits that
Buddies
were made for
around.
the Ed Sullivan Show.
right.
We've got those, and we've got the Hard Day's Night suits, the gray ones with the
Oh yeah,
black,
those are cool.
collar.
Those are
And
cool.
we've got the Shea Stadium jackets, and we've also got the Sgt. Pepper suits.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Paul's had to be dry cleaned because I spilled
Yeah.
a big thing of red wine on it on the premiere night.
No.
When we did it at the when we
No
did
way.
Sgt. Pepper at the
wine,
Granada.
man.
No way.
Yeah, that's all right.
Way to
So
go,
it,
Trey.
It got cleaned just fine. Yeah, those are expensive suits.
Yeah.
Too. My suit alone was $1,100.
Wow. I guess did those have to be custom made?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But they look great, and we look
Oh,
great in them.
yeah.
Some
It's
guy
all
wanted
lined
to-
up.
you know,
There's
you don't know
there's a
this.
picture somewhere. I
Some
sent
guy
I've
wanted
got-
to rent them last week. Some guy wanted to rent them.
Somebody wanted to rent our
Really?
suit.
Yes. Yes.
That's not going to happen.
Wow.
I mean,
You have it? Oh,
No.
that one did.
oh,
I
that's
only
my
have-
favorite picture.
That's-
of that
it's
right
my-
That's the
it
shot
is-
of us walking across Elm Street. You'll see that
Yeah.
Club
And this
Dada
weird
Yeah.
homeless
is right
person
where
jumped up in the
Abbey
middle of it.
Road is in the original. And
Yeah,
that's our buddy
right.
Chad, who
That's
plays
how
our
Chad got
keyboard.
in the band. He just ran up during that photo.
Yeah,
Okay. This
yeah,
guy's
we
fun.
did that on a Sunday morning.
That is so cool.
Isn't that
Yeah.
awesome? Amy took that.
That's
and
on
then
Elm Street.
Yeah.
Leffler put the stripes in.
Yeah, Amy Staples
Added the
did
VW and-
photo, and John Leffler did the artwork.
Wow, that's a good job.
Yeah, we added the VW in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
So
fun
so
one.
identify who everyone is from right to left, maybe. Paul.
I'm the one in the white suit there in
Uh-huh.
front doing
Far
the line
right.
thing.
In the behind you.
That would be Doug Cox, who is our drummer.
That's Doug. Doug made sure that we're all stepping in the right position and everybody's hands were exactly right. And it was exactly right.
Really? Except for the dude in the center.
Well, that's some weird guy behind Doug. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
the
next-
guy, yeah, that's Trey
Yeah, without the shoes.
without the shoes
Or
and
socks.
with a cigarette in his hand.
Yeah, I don't
That's-
smoke, but
That's
I
pretty
mean, I
classy.
had to for
That was pretty classy.
Paul's got one in
He'd
his
be a
hands.
character. Right. Right. That's good.
And then behind him, of course, is Bob Cummins.
And then the
Yeah.
leaping gnome in the middle. That we still don't know who that
And
is.
that's the picture you went with.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
'Cause you
that's
gotta
our-
have-
That's our keyboard player, Chad Stockslager.
Yeah.
Cadillac.
Yeah.
Cadillac. Yeah.
Yeah. That is a really cool. That'd make a great album cover.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. But no, I know the picture that you're talking about with you guys in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was the
Yeah.
Sgt. Pepper outfits. That was a fun show.
Yeah, it didn't fit, or I'd have
Right.
used it, but I wanted to use it.
Was it as big as that Some Girls thing?
It was a lot bigger. Actually, it was a lot bigger. That's why it wouldn't fit. Yeah, the little thumbs, the little stamp, postage, the Stones cover. Yeah. Sometimes these photos, if you don't catch them, man, they're just not. They're downsized for Instagram and social media, and they won't look right on a TV screen.
Right.
That is so cool. So I want you to answer this question. I don't want you to take a lot of time in doing it, but I'm just curious. How did you get your start in music? Did someone give you a guitar? Were you just singing? Because you said you were singing that song
Okay.
since you were 4.
Okay, relax, because it all started.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that to you.
No.
I'm going to give you the whole thing.
No, we don't have
Concise.
time.
Concise.
Honestly, when I was a little kid, here's the deal. When I was a little kid, I had like serious anxiety for some reason. I had a fever. I'm not kidding. And I thought that the house was falling in on me. I would see cracks and things, and the only thing that would make me able to relax and go to sleep was to have this little transistor radio under my ear, under the pillow at night, and I was listening to everything, and that would completely calm me down. At the same time, it was like programming my brain to not be able to do normal jobs, and so
Wow.
here we are. Yeah, and then my neighbors across the street, a guy named Tom LaFlamme had this 45.
When you were a
Hey
kid.
Jude, yeah. I had heard the Beatles earlier. I heard it playing in my neighbors. I remember hearing Ticket to Ride. And I remember hearing it, but it didn't really affect me. But when I was able to sit down with a record and hear it, it was Hey Jude. And I was like, man, I couldn't figure it out. I was 4 years old, and I couldn't figure it out. These guys aren't kids like me, but they're not somebody's parents. What is this type person? They're doing this? Are they not in school. I just a 4-year-old. It didn't compute, and then I just fell in love with the whole thing.
Wow.
That's how I was doing other things, and then they called me to do this. I've been into music for a long time and just not doing it. I just recorded a bunch of stuff and kept it all to myself.
Really?
Yeah, it just wasn't good enough. It was, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Perfection.
In your head. Yeah. Now, what were you listening to on the transistor radio?
Oh man, I was listening to the Doobie Brothers and Stevie Wonder and everything from the early '70s. Like
Okay.
About 71 to 74 is when it was really going on.
Yeah. AM.
Yeah, full on. KLIF.
KLIF, baby.
1190.
Yeah.
Cousin Lenny.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember. Yeah, it was awesome.
Middle of the night.
Yep. What about you, Paul?
Yeah, I've been listening to everything that was thrown at me by my grandparents and my parents since I was, old enough to hear music. I mean, one of the first musical memories I have is I'm literally a child, a toddler, and I'm sitting on the couch, and my mother's stereo system is in front of me, and she's put on a record, and it's I remember the artwork. Sitting there looking at the artwork, and it's Long Distance Voyager. Not Long Distance Voyager, but it's a Moody Blues record. Which one is it? Threshold of a Dream. On the Threshold of a Dream.
Moody Blues.
And just thinking, man, this sounds cool,
Yeah.
And that's my first musical memory. And so, yeah, I got all of that from my parents. My love of Johnny Cash and Hank Williams and then of course the Beatles and the Stones and the Who and
Right.
the Doobie Brothers and everything else that comes
Why
in.
he's wearing black. It's the Johnny Cash.
Yeah, it's the Johnny
Right.
Cash thing. It's
Yeah.
kind of my deal.
Yeah, it's hard to shake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it comes
Yeah.
from for me.
Now, Trey, were your family, were they musically inclined? Were they influential?
Yeah, my mom used to play the piano around the house when I was little, and my dad was into piano too, I think. Not a whole lot of music going on around. Most of the music was me.
Yeah.
I do remember that when I have a memory when I was little, I must have been 2 or 3, and there was they had the reel-to-reel going in there, and there was this song playing, and there was no words to it, but it was like, I just remember hearing this melody, and it was early in the morning, I was getting up to go to school, and I started crying, and I was running there, I said, turn it off, and they were like, what's the matter, and I was like, turn it off, it's sad, and they was like, there's no words to this song, how is that, and I was like, I don't care,
The melody
that
was.
series of notes is sad, make
Yeah.
it stop, I'm
Yeah.
being sad, and that's, I always go back to that was like connected to it.
Right. Right. Well, that's true, though. I mean, the melody. I mean, a lot of times we know the melody, but we don't know we can't understand the lyrics a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I agree. Melody. I mean, it's like watching movies. I mean, you hear the soundtrack, you hear the melody, and it does bring out an emotional response.
Yeah, the melody to The Godfather is not is not a happy, snappy, up tempo
Right.
number.
Right. Well,
whatever.
Yeah.
Very morose.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big lyrics guy. That doesn't mean I don't like them. I'm really impressed with somebody that can write really meaningful lyrics. But for me, it's always been when this thing curves like that, and it does this, and then it does that again, and then it reminds you of that thing before. That's what music is to me.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what they're saying,
Right.
which is also cool. If you
Right.
can meld it together. But.
Well, I guess a lot of times what it means to the writer, it means totally something different to you.
Yeah.
Because we apply those songs oftentimes to our lives, and it could mean something completely different, right? Have you guys, I mean, I know you've opened for a lot of bands, but being in a tribute band, have you ever opened for anybody that's just, kind of blew you away?
I mean, what about all those Barons balls,
Oh.
man? All of those
So,
people.
Fred Barron, who has since gone on,
Uh-huh.
but Fred Barron would throw this huge Christmas party every year on his estate, and he would set up this series of tents in the back of his palatial estate. And one of the stages was as big as, Starplex. I mean, it was amazing. And a showco would bring out the whole, PA system. The whole,
Wow.
really elaborate. And then there was another stage over to the side that we would play on. And we were the opening band every year. And we would open up the party, and we would play in between the other two acts that had been hired that year, which is usually, the Doobie Brothers, Chicago,
Wow.
Three Dog Night, Eric Burdon and the Animals,
Wow.
Sheryl Crow, John Fogerty,
The Moody Blues.
The Moody Blues.
Justin Hayward shook both of our hands and says, "I like what you guys are doing."
He came off stage. I shook
just
Justin Hayward's hand. The Moody Blues. I'm such a huge fan.
How is that?
It's my earliest musical memory, right?
Yeah.
And I'm shaking his hand, going, "It's a real honor to meet you." He goes, "Oh, you were playing before us, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, yeah, it sounded really good." And I thought, Justin Hayward spoke to me as a peer.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
How cool was that?
That
Yeah,
is.
we've got to open with
Yeah.
some amazing people. Yeah.
Yeah. And they treated you pretty well?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
really
lot of people
cool.
don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Patrick Simmons of the Moody Blues or the Doobie Brothers walking up to you afterwards going, "Hey, man, you guys sounded great."
Wow.
Thank you, Patrick Simmons of the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Did you say it like that?
I sure did.
Wow, that is so cool, man. So cool. Well, you guys do such an amazing job, and you have a huge impact on so many people out there. Bringing the Beatles here locally, and you're so talented, both of you. And I know that both these guys are singer-songwriters themselves and have their own original music that they do. And I guess the tribute thing is just a pretty good paying gig, right?
It is.
We do love it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You love playing the songs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not just for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you're gonna be in a tribute band, do
What-
the best stuff you can come up with. And
Right.
pop music wise, there's not anything better than the Beatles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on a level from 1 to 10, how challenging is the Beatles material?
Well, depending upon what your skill set is,
Uh-huh.
it can be very challenging because depending upon what you're looking for. If you're trying to sound exactly like them, it's
Right.
incredibly challenging.
Yeah.
Trey could speak to that better than I
Well,
can.
it's
probably.
just like it depends on how far you want to go with it, because some people will just hear it and go. We've played gigs where either we had a bunch of people filling in and there's no way we're going to do it like we usually do it. We're just going to get through this.
Right.
And the audience loved it because that's the level of, oh, I know that song,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that song, and they're okay with that. But then there's the other level of people that are going like this. He didn't play it on that guitar, or they forgot to cough on the third verse,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm all about. I'm like, man, first time I went over to Doug's mom's garage and we were rehearsing with him to see if this is going to work, and we were doing Hey Jude like you were talking about, and they started coughing and making noises that are on the record at the right time, and I was freaked out because I was like,
I made them sick.
no, I mean, I felt like something was about to happen. We were about to like be raptured or something.
Oh.
It was magic. I mean,
Wow.
they had all thought all
They're
this
like
stuff
me.
out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
I believe I can hang with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the point, is to try to get as musically close sonically as we can get.
Right.
Yeah, and we try to not. I don't want to say we mess up on purpose. We don't do that. But then there's one, like there'll be one where they'll mess up a word and say something. We'll kind of try to do that, as long as it's not something bad. But if it's, sometimes he said this instead of that, and we do that.
Yeah.
Now, it's not easy.
fun.
It's not easy to, and this is pretty much the case for any tribute type thing, in my view, but especially something like the Beatles. This is the kind of thing where you can't just walk in to a band like this and go, okay, well, I'm just going to do the John Lennon part, and I'm just going to learn all of John's guitar parts and all of John's vocal parts and all of John's piano parts to 213 songs. You just can't do that.
Right.
This is something that you have to have been listening to since you were a child, and it's just embedded in your DNA, and you happen to have developed the skill sets that make it possible for you to translate from here to here or from here to here, and be able to do that kind of automatically in a sense,
Right.
to where it's not this daunting thing where you're having to memorize 200 sets of lyrics.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's
Yeah, and
just
it's
stuff
different
that
for everybody. Has a different challenge. Like for me, I mean, I can hear in my head about 99% of everything that went on in that recording. Making my hands do that thing is where I have to really practice. Which I don't do enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you grew up with it and it was like kind of hypnotized you, then it's a matter of just making your hands match up to that recording that's playing in your head. And going back and listening to it and going, you know what, I just noticed he actually doesn't do that. He does this.
Oh my God, we're constantly finding things. They're like, oh,
yeah.
did it like
never
that?
over. It's never over.
It's never ending.
my God.
Yeah.
You're always hearing new
John's
things.
doing the high harmony. On
Yeah.
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 It's amazing.
Always.
So we're constantly, kind of trying to reverse engineer these recordings.
Yeah.
And so it was done like this, and we've been doing it like this for 20 years.
Yeah.
So we're having to just erase that previous, get rid of all that muscle memory, and instead start doing it this way.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Wow.
But
difficult
I gotta
times.
say, it's easy when everybody else is into it. It's real easy. Then you get this feeling of, well, I gotta stay up on. I don't want to let them get better than me and know all the parts, and I'm still gonna be doing. It's fun.
Right.
To keep that going.
Right.
And once you actually do hit it and get it right, and the first time you run through it and the harmonies are exactly what they're supposed to be, it's magic.
It's
Yeah.
totally magic.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody just goes, whoa, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool.
That is cool. Now, how many songs are in your catalog?
Well, it's hard to keep the entire catalog under your fingers at all times. So what we wind up doing is we've got anywhere from 150 to 175 songs kind of in play at any time, so that we've got plenty of material to draw from for each show, because no two shows are alike. We do a different set list all the time and try to keep things interesting. So that's usually it's somewhere around 150, 175 songs.
Wow.
And it also there's songs that go away.
Yeah.
That's just because of time and because if somebody leaves the band and somebody else comes in and we never got around to really working that back up again.
Right.
But there'll also be something new that we never used to do before that now we do.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
it's not like you're gonna run out.
Right.
We're out of
Oh,
songs.
never.
We've done
Yeah.
all the ones that we
Right.
We did them all.
And like you said, you're always discovering something that you never had heard before, and you need to change it.
We try to incorporate it.
So, what is your favorite, Trey? What is your favorite Beatles song ever?
Well, it's got to be "Hey Jude," just almost religiously, just because of my childhood experiences and all that. And I used to come down. My grandfather made this little stage at my house that I would stand on and mimic it. And the neighbors would come over and go, "Oh my God!" I thought they were laughing at me. They were laughing because it was just a little kid doing this.
Turns out they were laughing towards you.
Because you were
Yes,
cute.
they were laughing
Because you were
with
so
me.
cute.
At least that's what they said. But so that's it. That's not my favorite one to perform, but it's getting more fun to perform because we've had some really good audience stuff going on with that one lately, where we get the audience going.
Oh yeah.
But that's my favorite. Other ones come and go, but that's kind of a stable.
Yeah. What about you, Paul?
Nowhere Man.
Wow. It's a
My
good
favorite
one.
Beatles song and my favorite song, period.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
heavy.
think I was like 5 years old, and there's a little black and white television in the back of the house that's playing Yellow Submarine, the film. And I mean, it's like 72, 73. And I'm watching it, and the little character and everything, and I feel so bad for him as they're singing the song, and they're going to leave him there, and they decided to take him along and everything.
Yeah.
But I just thought, I heard that song and saw that little guy, and just that whole thing, it's just magic to me.
Yeah.
I just love that song.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for not just your music, but your insight and your experiences. We appreciate that. Audiences always get to hear your music when they want, but they very rarely get to hear any backstory.
True.
And that's kind of what we like to do here and share that. And I just want you to keep doing what you're doing, so people have a place to go hear some
We do it all the time.
Beatles. Yeah.
We play a lot of gigs. In fact, Trey and I play a lot of acoustic Beatle gigs too.
Okay.
Yeah, he and I will go play at Mercy Wine Bar or the British Lion up in Frisco or someplace like that.
Oh, cool.
They'll have us come out and just,
Yeah.
just the two of us
Yeah.
just play acoustically and just
Right.
do Beatles songs all night long.
Right.
It's a lot of fun.
You know, that kind of stuff is great for these wineries, right? And there's a ton of them now.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's throw out there, just in case someone doesn't know, how they can find your schedule,
Well,
contact
there's two
you.
ways. There is the website, which is, I don't know if it's Hard Nights Day or A Hard
I
Night.
think it's hardnightsday.com.
It's hardnightsday.com.
Okay.
Hardnightsday.com. I don't think there's an apostrophe in there.
Okay.
And then there's the Facebook page, of course. I hate it when people go, check us out on Facebook.
Yeah.
But we are on
Yeah.
Facebook, of
Yeah.
course. And I usually do the calendar on there and put all the stuff. So if something's not right,
Okay. Okay.
either
So
that
check
or
them
I
out
don't
on
want-
Facebook.
or it's one I don't feel good about. And I don't want anybody to come to, so I don't put it. No. Yeah. So that's pretty much the deal.
Okay, so we got some stuff coming up we want to talk about real quick.
Do we? What do we got? I think the next couple are private gigs.
Are they?
So yeah.
I think I
No,
don't
we got
know.
something going on in Garland. What's the name of that place? The Vent or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
check
how,
them out on Facebook.
That's how good we are at promoting ourselves.
Yeah.
I actually
Isn't
do.
that
I'm
amazing?
trying to steer them to the Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretending.
I literally open up my schedule book every morning and look at it and go, okay, what equipment do I have to load into the car this
Yeah,
morning
right.
for whatever gig I have to play tonight?
Right.
I was giving the illusion that I was unprepared.
Yeah.
Everybody
You're good at
fell
those
for it.
illusions.
Everybody bought it.
Well, guys, we do appreciate you being here very much so, and want you to hang around, and you guys can close us out, okay?
All
got it.
right.
Give me just a minute.
Sure.
Let's cover some final notes. All right. Besides my Tuesday and Thursday 7:30 p.m. live shows here at Vocal Studios, don't forget my show in Dallas at the Design District on Wednesdays from 7 to 8, featuring singer-songwriters and visual artists like Brad Jensen. Remember that VocalNow.com is home to the zoo as well as Barside Jive, so download the Vocal Now app from your app store. Just do it now. You can also email me, dc@barsidejive.com. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Barside Jive Live, where I archive all of my content. I'd also like to thank Jay and Jimmy, our production team, for the great things they do behind the scenes to make sure that you get the best content out there. And guys, we are out of here. Thanks again for hanging out with us this evening. We appreciate your support of what we are doing here and hope that you'll share us with your friends, family, neighbors, and anybody else. Until next time, be kind to one another. Keep it real. Keep on rocking. Here you go. One more time.
Ooh, I need your love, babe. Yes, you know it's true. Hope you need my love, babe. Just like I need you. Hold me, love me. Hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. Love you every day, girl. Always on my mind. One thing I can say, girl. Love you all the time. Hold me, love me. Hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, girl. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. I love you. 8 days a week is not enough to show I care. Ooh, I need your love, babe. Guess you know it's true. Hope you need my love, babe. Just like I need you. Oh, hold me, love me. Hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8
8 days a week. 8 days a week. I love you. 8 days a week. It's not enough to show I care. Love you every day, girl. Always on my mind. One thing I can say, girl. Love you all the time. Hold me, love me. Hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. 8 days a week.
Have mercy.
Great show, guy. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. Yo, that was.
BarsideJiveLive.com.
That's BarsideJiveLive.com.
The zoo gives you rock for the senses.